Welcome into the Lantern Sports Postgame Show. I'm your host, Gabe Burggraf, joined by sports editor Jacob Benge today. And Jacob, what exactly did you see from Ohio State in this unorthodox game? 21-7, Ohio State ends up victorious over Northwestern.
It's really hard to see. My hair's blowing around, the wind's blowing around. It was raining sideways at Ryan Field at Northwestern, and that's what really is one of the main storylines for today because Ohio State had to run the ball a lot. I think a lot of people are going to question whether or not C.J. Stroud is still a Heisman after this performance, but if you think about his 44-yard run there late in the game, I think that sets up Ohio State to get that insurance points that it needed to keep Northwestern at bay and ultimately seal the game there at the end. But Ohio State had to fight through some adversity, had some injuries without Travion Henderson. Of course, Mayan Williams exited against Michigan State, but Ohio State overcame both Northwestern and the elements to get its ninth win of the season and remain undefeated.
Absolutely, and you talk about Northwestern, they played really well opening on. They scored a rushing touchdown of their own and took a 7-0 lead in this game. Ohio State, the defense fought in. They stopped this rush attack, some wildcat, some, runs up the gut. And it was chunk for Northwestern. But in the end, Ohio State was able to make stops on fourth down and score 21 unanswered to basically salt this thing away in the second half. 7-7 at the half, but Ohio State pulls it out. And really, that's all they have to do. It is interesting because Ryan Day said he's never seen anything like this. You could see probably trash floating behind us as it exits the stands here at Ryan Field. For the Lantern, we'll have you covered next week as Ohio State returns home against Indiana. That should be more of a normal affair for them.
So.
The Buckeyes sure hope so. But until then, keep up with us. Jacob, Steven, myself, Casey Smith will have you with video, written word, everything in between on Ohio State football as they prepare to head home. And this has been the Lantern Sports postgame show. Thank you and take care.